Hi, I'm Daniel Sturridge and you're watching Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to Redmen TV. It's the Uncensored Match Build Up show. Liverpool taking on Manchester United at Old Trafford this weekend at 5:30 Saturday kick-off. I'm joined, of course, by Mr. Chris Pajak.
Chris
Pajak, of course. Of course I'm joined by him. I'm joined by Steve Hoare. And making Redmen TV debut, United People TV's Dan Townlee. Dan, welcome.
Thanks for having me, I guess. Although I'm saying that now, you have to ask me if I enjoyed my time at the end of the show, because I feel a lot of abuse. I'm outnumbered here already.
Yeah.
3-1. It's quite scary being on the end.
5-1.
Oh, well, yeah, the two people behind it. Oh,
I
gosh.
can't help but feel that just in the very limited time I've spent with you, despite the fact that you've chosen a genuinely awful club to support, you're not going to be the least popular man we've ever had on the show, so that's fine. I'll leave that open to suggestions. So yeah, the game first and foremost. In fact, you know what? I'll start with Dan on this. Actually, did it go? I mean, it goes without saying, this game absolutely massive.
Yeah, the biggest game of the Premier League, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would you agree? There's no other rivalry like it in the league. Chelsea, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, Spurs, Arsenal, United, Liverpool is the one that people look out for. Even other fans of not United, Liverpool, that's the one where people look for. It'll always be the same, I think. Yeah,
it's serious, isn't it? I mean, we always go on about it. We pretty much, we know we've done 5 years of these. We can pretty much say it every single time, but the rivalry with Everton is what it is. I don't feel the same level of animosity towards Evertonians in general that I do towards Mancunians. It's as simple as that.
Probably just leading the way from him.
Yeah.
Pleasant company accepted.
Join us over here, Steve.
Can't even be on the same sofa as we were talking about the games. Like, put this dick in there. Come on.
No, but it's right, isn't it? Like,
they're all twats.
He's even put the pillar there, so like, we don't even get too close.
No,
there's a wall.
Don't worry, I won't punch you.
I will have my pillow.
Maybe not. Yeah, it's massive. It's the biggest game we have, I think. That and the derby are the two that you first look for. So yeah, it's the old cliche of when your fixtures come over looking. I just hate them and they hate us, and he hates Liverpool, we hate them, and that's just, you know what, from when you're 3 years old in Liverpool you hate Manx, and when you're from 3 years old in Manchester you hate Scousers. Yeah. It just is. How does that work out for you? It just is what it is.
I was brought up to well, yeah, it's Stoke, but my this is going to sound like such a cliche, but family are from Manchester, so so no, genuinely.
Here we go.
I grew up hating Liverpool. It's never been a point where I've gone, oh, they are a bunch of dicks. It's always been a case of that is going like you are a Manchester United fan.
It's indoctrination. It's part of the part of the whole package.
You're a Manchester United fan, so you hate or dislike Liverpool fans. It goes hand in hand. That's just,
It's a weird one because I think there's a possibility, Chris, that this is like, as Dan kind of says, it is the biggest game in the Premier League, and they will spin it because it's the biggest game. It's not necessarily the most important game in the Premier League at the moment because there's an argument to be made that this is the most mediocre both sides have been in a good number of years.
Guarantee, it'll still be one of the best games of football.
Will it?
I think so. I think it'll still be blood and thunder. You still see tackles flying in. Now, it's not going to be fucking nice football, because I don't think either side are playing nice football at the moment, but it's going to be passionate football, and that's what people tune in for when they're watching
That's
the
what's
Premier
not
League.
lost from the United-Liverpool game. No matter how shit the seasons have been or how terrible both teams are playing, the passion is what is in the very centre of the match. It doesn't really matter where you are in the league if you're going for the Premier League. If you are, even better, because that's something else you can rub into to the opposite fans. But the passion above anything else is something which is you can't really explain it if you're not a football fan.
You can't replicate it either in other matches. Like, no team can raise the level like a Liverpool team does for a Man United game and a Man United team does for Liverpool. Yeah. And it's not replicated anywhere else in the league as far as
not in the league, no, definitely. There's probably plenty of examples of it to stay around Wales football, but it's like saying who's better, Messi or Ronaldo. They're both the best player in the world. You know what I mean? Ultimately, it's that. It's kind of
totally true.
It's like saying you could probably argue there's probably like Bocher, and there's probably Galatasaray fans who would argue with Toss. There's some amazing. I don't like calling it a derby, but for the sake of argument, there's some amazing games like that. But it's you kind of like they are the same. They're on the same level no matter which way you look at it.
Yeah, it's massive. It's just it's Liverpool, Man United. It's massive. That's what it is. And like I say, both teams are pretty average at the minute. I don't know whether that makes it a good. It'd be better.
There's more to lose, I think.
It would be better if we were both great. To tell you wrong, it'd be better if we were great and they were shit.
If we were slightly greater than them.
No, it's
a good feeling, by the way, when your team is much better than the other side.
It'd be really good if it was the 1970s. I'd really like that, you know what I mean?
Thankfully, Dan, I'm old enough to remember the 80s. So it's all right.
Yeah, like a couple of years ago when we were well better, that was great. Yeah. And then Man United for 10 years before that, I'm probably thinking we're well better than them. Now we're probably about even where we're both the fourth and fifth best. One of us is the fourth best side, and one of us is the fifth best side in the league. Fifth.
Yeah.
Fifth. So it's neck and neck.
I'm sure there's some Spurs fans spitting the tea out at the moment watching this.
They are just overlooked all the time. No one gives a shit about your rivalry with Arsenal.
I'm so not sorry, Spurs fans. I'm so not sorry.
Win something.
Yeah, but it is. But I think this is.
Remember that thing? We always win a cup when the year ends in a 1, and then it rolls around again. We didn't win the cup. We've not even got that to the heart anymore.
But we've got Annie K. I just going back to what I said there, because I think this is look. We're prone to hyperbole when it comes to football.
Well, you are.
Well, I am, and the mainstream media is, because it's nice to big it up, and everyone likes to say it's the biggest game since whenever. ITV love it, particularly around shit England games. Yeah. But in this instance, and you know, I think there's a strong case to be made simply because it's not necessarily going to be a defining moment in the season because it is so very early. And from Liverpool's perspective, you can go and lose at Old Trafford in a good season.
Hey, look, it's a psychological blow whichever way. Whichever team comes out on top here is going to have a huge psychological advantage going into the next few games.
This is exactly it, and it's something I want to kind of lead into. But I think the mood amongst both sets of fans, I think United fans are slightly more content to some extent because you've still got Moyes is still fresh in the memory. You know, but you know we're far removed from Roy Hodgson now. You know, and Brendan Rodgers had a lot of time. There is some dissension in the ranks, but the thing is that exists there with Van Gaal, with United fans as well. And I think in terms of the Chris talks about the psychological blow, I think that'll feed into the importance of this game, is because more so than I think any of these games in recent years, the losing team's fans are going to be in absolute pieces at the end of this game, one way or the other.
Your fans.
Or your fans. I'm just going to say all yours. You kind of got the nail on the head there. Whatever happens, it will. I think there's a lot of negativity surrounding both managers. You said it before, and that's where it will fall on the manager's feet. I think a lot of people, especially from the United side, Van Gaal's tactics and the teams that he's choosing and playing players out of position. I guess it's pretty much
similar.
Yeah, I was going to say we're in a very similar position. Club, like where the level of the team that we are at the minute, where the managers are, and the fans face the same problems with their manager. We go, oh, come on, the wrong tactics. You're choosing the wrong players. You said it is ridiculously similar, and if it's not a draw, whoever the losing team is, it will go straight down to either Rodgers' or Van Gaal's.
For some reason, you lost your last game against Swansea, didn't you?
Yeah.
We obviously lost our last game against West Ham. It's not how I say it, it's the wisdom that I'm imparting.
Which is coming
any second now. So, what I was saying was that we obviously lost our last game against
West Ham
from East London. We were paying for their stadium, and you're paying for their stadium as well. But I think there's more pressure on Rodgers if we lose this game than there is on Van Gaal.
See, I don't. It depends how we play. If we're shit, if we go and get beat 1-0 and we play all right and they nick a goal or whatever, or you know, filleting elbows people and doesn't get sent off and heads one down and they score, I think people will begrudgingly think, you know, we've done all right there. If we go and get played off the park, which isn't out the question, because we got played off the park in our last game, then I agree. But I think when you're the home team and you're under pressure, I think that sometimes it's better to play away from home. You know what I mean? Because the pressure's on. So we could go to Old Trafford and a draw is a good result, I think, for us. Yeah. I don't think a draw Man United fans wouldn't accept.
I think you're absolutely spot on there. I think you're both right. I think in terms of a defeat, the pressure would be far greater on Brendan Rodgers because the pressure is because it's been building. Well, you know, Man United had a positive end to the season. You got into the Champions League. You've got that to look forward to. You know, whereas I actually think in general there's less pressure because ultimately we can go. We have the ability to go to Old Trafford. Whether we have the ability is relevant. I'll come to this. We can go and park the bus and get a 0-0 draw, and people will go, fucking great result.
You're technically coming as the underdogs, and the underdogs always perform better at Old Trafford, I think. And that's not me kind of going, Manchester United at home, we got a good home record this season. I think we played strong football. Obviously, we haven't played the attacking football we'd like to see, but we've played well. So you're coming in, and like I say, a draw for I think would benefit you a lot more than it would have. If you came into defence.
I said this all summer, Liverpool should go to each of these big away games in the first half of the season and go and play for 0-0. And if we nick a goal, we come away and it's like fucking glorious. It's the greatest thing. If we, you know, it'll be. Those games are impossible to watch happy anyway. So let's make them as horrible as we possibly can. Let's fucking let's literally have clearances off the line, hitting the post and all this shit, and then just get a really fucking mad like counter-attack goal and fucking Danny Ings sticks it in off the bench or something like that. You know
I'm thinking more like Moreno scores a worldie volley.
That, you know,
or something like that.
Those runs he's been trying off the bench. Gets one right.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what we need to do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But this is it. I just think that in terms of the moods of the fans and stuff, I think it could be. It starts to become the beginning of it becoming untenable. I think for Brendan Rodgers.
I think that's hammered this because we said this on the show earlier. No manager in recent memory for Liverpool has took as many hammerings as Rodgers has took. Absolute pastings, like batterings, 3s and 4s and 6s. So. That's the worry. If he gets hammered again, and we lost 3-0 at home,
I don't even think he needs to get hammered.
But
no, but there's still question marks if we lose. As he says, if we lose if we go for a draw and we can see the penalty, or we lose a tight game, then there's still the pressure builds, but it's not. It's like she's saying, but it's true of every ultimately it's true of every fucking manager. If you take enough heavy beatings, your fans are going to turn on your manager. It kind of goes without saying, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. Look, if we go there, right, and Man United players off the park,
then he's in trouble.
And they win 1-0.
Yeah.
That, to me, he's in trouble. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it needs to be
about moreover, and we'll just sit down, be quiet for a minute. We'll come back to
I'm enjoying this.
We'll sort this out amongst ourselves first. It depends how we set up, because if we go there to play football and we get played off the park, then that's the biggest worry that could possibly be, because it's naive to go and try and play that way in the first instance, I think, right now, given where we are. But again, like I say, if we go
pragmatic and we don't get a shot off and we lose 1-0, then it's like, why did you try that? We're shit at that.
Yeah.
It's every way. It's every scenario.
You just need to win.
Yeah, that's what we've got to do. We've just got to win.
This is it. But that's the gamble it is, that type of football, isn't it? You know what I mean? And it paid off. You know, for the first
I just hope Jordan Henderson's fit for this game.
Yeah,
that for me is the key. Jordan Henderson.
It'd be nice.
I want to know. I want to know though, because obviously both sides. I've watched more Man United, I guess, than I probably would have. I don't know how I've managed to engineer it, because I very rarely have time to watch other teams play. But I've watched a fair bit of United this season, and you haven't played. I think barring that European game, you've not played the second European game. You've not played particularly well.
In the Premier League, we played awful.
Yeah, and that's true. I think that's true of Liverpool as well, with the exception of the first half against Arsenal. So the question, I guess, is, and I think this is where all the fears of the fans come from both sides, is that do you feel there's more to come? Do you feel it's just a case of it clicking? Do you feel you're deliberately playing within yourselves? Has Van Gaal got something to go to? Because last season, let's face it, I think he tried to play a good brand of football. It didn't work, and he had to hit upon something that just.
Well,
no, but yeah, we joke about it, but it works, didn't it?
If it's not broke, don't fix it, kind of thing. I think watching Champions League is much more relaxing, because the whole of last season was, if we don't get in the Champions League, the season's a failure. It didn't really matter where we were in the league. Well, obviously it did, because we need to get in the Champions League, so top 4. Finish top 4. That's pressure off. Then when we finished, obviously 4th, qualified for the Champions League, just the attacking football is what we were missing. So I was watching it against Bruges, and I was like, why can we not do this against the likes of Aston Villa or Newcastle? They're no better than your Bruges, and I'm not kind of sorry to say that, but it's true. Bruges offered more of a challenge, and it seems like in the Premier League we're happier to sit back, and we're happy to go Rooney up top on his own. It's dangerous. I think every Manchester United fan will agree with me. It's dangerous in every non-Manchester United fan. Just to see, if you see Wayne Rooney up top, you've got to be confident as away fans to go, he's not really going to do any damage up there on his own. Yeah. The signing of Marshall is hopefully going to be a massive positive to have the young striker who's going to be hungry to stay up front and listen to the manager, and that's what we need. Rooney plays in every position during a game, but goalkeeper. And I think if you gave him a pair of gloves, he would happily.
If you said you could play fucking goalie when Nessie probably would.
You could go rush keeper, and Rooney would be like, me, let me, because you try to impress. And you're like, just do your job. You're a striker. You forced a hand, and you made us pay you extra money and have. The assurances that you're going to go up front, stay there. Yeah. That's what you're paid for.
I'm hoping, like I say, really has the ability to produce moments of magic. But I think Dan's right there. I would be happy. I would be more relaxed to see him starting as the focal point centre forward.
On his own, yeah, he's still great. I wouldn't underestimate how good he is. I think he's brilliant. I'm one of the few Liverpool fans who rate Rooney highly. I think he's brilliant, but. Yeah, listen, any time someone plays one up against us, you fancy your chances. If your midfield can negate the lads who are buzzing in around. And then but we're going to probably do the same, so we're going to probably go with Benteke on his own front, I would imagine.
Again, I'm not scared of Benteke up front. I know he's a strong lad and he's a good striker, but
the way they go, he's got to use...
Yeah.
You need one round. Yeah, you just want... From our point of view, we was going to stand Benteke on Blind, you'd hope. Yeah. And just say, just bully him.
Well, that's the weakness, isn't it?
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Just bully him, and then... And all we need to do different than what we've done against West Ham is get someone closer to him.
We talked on the Red News Roundup subscriber show this week about this. Liverpool are not good enough at the minute to get away with players out of positions and trying things out. I want to prove that Man United aren't either, and Daley Blind's the one for me because he's not a centre half and he's doing an admirable job filling in there at the moment, but he's not a tower.
I thought he was poor against with Schneiderlin and Schweinsteiger in front of him. It's okay. as soon as one of those two leave or gets taken off, he gets found out so quickly. And that when you mentioned Blind, I was like, it's an obvious weakness, and everyone can see it. Bar. It looks like Van Gaal, who seems to go, yeah, he'll play, that's fine, he'll be okay. He's got lovely hair, he'll be fine. That's it must be the only choice that he gets, the only reason he gets chosen.
I just want us to just stand someone on him, Benteke on, but you've got to get closer to him. Yeah. It's all well and good doing it. We tried to do it against West Ham and like you said, there was no one near him, so I imagine it's Firmino.
Well, we were crying out for a number 10 in that game.
It wouldn't surprise me if Ings
started. If he started as a wider forward. And someone just buzz around there, and that's how we're going to beat them. Just let Benteke do him. We haven't got Coutinho to be as good, be Coutinho and score a worldie. Unfortunately, he's suspended, and the opposite. It's all now on. It's on Benteke, isn't it?
Well, listen, I was going to ask.
What you spend. It's what you spend your £30 million on you strike a foot. It's to win.
I want to see. Do you remember we were all looking into Benteke over the summer, and there's that clip of him. Is it Smalling? He totally bullies him off the ball. He runs into the channel with him and he just shoulders him off and cuts inside. And we want to see that Benteke. We want to see more of an all-action one. So the question I was going to ask: who does everyone feel will be the individual to prove the difference for their relevant side? So
Blind for us,
Lovren for us. Yeah.
And it depends who they play in goal as well. Yeah, because that goalie shit.
I really, and that's the thing as well. That's a big question, isn't it? Because David De Gea should. Because he's the best goalkeeper, should just walk straight back into that side. No questions asked. Sorry, David. I hope you had kept the receipt for your transfer suit. It's gone back to Burton's. Everything's fine. Now you're starting football again because you're a very good goalkeeper. I think he'll keep faith with Romero, and I really hope that someone actually tests him.
You've got to think about what Van Gaal's like with the other players. He's completely got rid. He's wiped all the history of Victor Valdez ever having a Manchester United club suit. He's not even considered a Manchester. He's been put in the team. And, do I get a number?
He's been Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, he's been Hulk Hogan.
Oh my word! He's been Ben Ward without.
I think I think with his track record with players, Ben Warren, wow. I think with his track record of players, I would be very surprised if he starts. Very, very surprised if he starts on Saturday. Just because whatever Victor Valdez has done, surely it's not as bad as going to a medical at another team and then the last minute, like Cinderella of the ball, it goes, oh sorry, back at United for you.
Pumpkin for you,
yeah. It's just a bit like, surely whatever he's done, it's not worse than putting pen to paper and practically signing for that team, only for them to not submit paperwork. So he probably will.
If his mental state wasn't right prior to this,
it's even worse
can't
now.
Possibly have improved.
He's going to walk into Old Trafford and have a mental breakdown. Just oh fucking hell!
His first game, you play him in the League Cup, don't you? I think that's what you're trying to do then.
Just see him like go beep beep beep. That's Ziggy. Why haven't I leaped?
I just want to. I don't know.
A little quantum leap reference for you there, ladies and gents.
There you go. That's the first one.
The thing is,
Absolutely.
If De Gea plays, he'll play a blinder.
Or he'll just go, we could shoot him.
Actually,
yawn.
You know what, Steve?
I'm along up there, mate. I'll be there till January, thank you very fucking much.
You know what, Steve? No, I actually disagree on that. I actually think if he played, he would probably have a fucking mare. Because everyone expects him to be boss, but Romero will have a fucking world. Because that's our the logic we work on. So sorry, we slightly sidetrack on this, but we'll start with you, Dan. Who's the key man? Who's the key man for you? Who's the man who's going to be who's going to turn the game in your favour at the weekend?
I think start. The best form of attack is defence. Matteo Darmian, the right back, has been one of our best players this season. He's kind of come under the radar, obviously, with the signing of Schweinsteiger, and he was like, "Oh, I'm here as well, guys." It's just me. I look a bit like Gary Neville, so that's why we haven't really noticed him. He's going, "Oh, sorry, mate." But him going forward, it's when you talk about the lack of attacking football, just to see a right back. Just that can actually play football
with you there, mate.
and run down the
with you there, mate.
Just instead of seeing Tony Valencia just on right again, oh god, he's gonna cut it to his left and forget he's not got a left foot. You just got a player who plays, and I think just the attacking football
similar
from
to us last season.
Just the wing backs, I think Shaw as well. If I can have two players, if you let me.
No way.
Have one player.
Shaw
and Darmian. I think those two.
That's the only thing that Man United get away with this week, Chris. That'll be fine. Go on, because obviously the simple answer should be Coutinho. But it's not. It's because he's fucking suspended.
It's fantastic. Yeah, like I say, you spend £32 million on a striker. His job is to win big games. And score goals, and that's what he's there for now. So it's his chance. If everything's right.
Can I say that logic applies to Firmino too? Then
it does. My issue with him is I'm not sure. Again, I said this today. He looked really unfit. He looked like he was blown out his ass. But he's going to have to play, and he will play. So hopefully, like I say, that much difference on his.
You spend £60 million on a new strike force, essentially. Yeah. They're going to have to start.
For me, he was that much away, but money against West Ham from the blinder. It was marginal, so he could do that. He's obviously, we've seen the ability. He can do it. So, and if he shoots against that goal, he's going to let it in because he's shit. So,
can I come back next week when he's had a blinder?
Every time I see someone shoot at him, I think he's going to do that scorpion fucking kick.
I just have trust issues with goalkeepers in short sleeves. I can't. Hate it. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen.
I went through a phase of doing it just because it was kind of cool in like the early noughties, but nah.
And then you saw Bartes do it, you're like, fuck that.
Yeah, literally. It was that what you used to call the continental goalkeeper look, and it was just a guarantee that you had no command of your area, which was the perfect look for me at that time. Long hair and short sleeve goalkeeper tops.
I think
Alice Band.
If we'd have had Coutinho, I'd have fancied us as favourites. Genuinely would have fancied us as favourites because I don't think they've got anyone good enough to stop him at the minute. I like Schneiderlin, but I think Coutinho would have took him into areas where he didn't want to be. Or Coutinho found space. I think with that we look very uncreative at the moment without him. Yeah. And that's like they say, well, that's what he bought Firmino for now. So it's his job to say, I'm the man. Coutinho's not here. It's play around me. Because behind him it's going to be whoever plays, whether it be if Henderson's fit or not. So it's Milner's probably going to play. Lucas might play. Chan might play. A lot of industry. But you need someone with that bit of magic, a bit of quality. Our main man isn't there. Yeah. So then it's the next guy up thing, isn't it? And that's what Firmino was brought in to do. So hopefully, if he's fit enough to do it, then like you say, I just
wanted to make it. You know what I want to do, because Coutinho is the main man, but I want Firmino to come in and be like Because if it gives him an opportunity to play more central, because we haven't seen him do that yet, and to go, well, Phil, you've been a good mate, good fucking luck getting this fucking place back off me. Because that's what Liverpool need. We need a little bit of fucking, a little bit of friendly competition in those places. You want people fucking gagging to get back into the team, but really good players, not shit players. Not fucking Jose Enrique being, if I hang around here for a season, some people will get injured and I'll definitely get a game. Quick question then. In fact, actually, before we move on with that, we're going to be discussing, or Chris and Dan will be discussing more on Man United's strengths and weaknesses, and the same for Liverpool as well, on the Formation show on the redmentv.com. Go and check that out. It's a subscriber exclusive show, but there'll be a small segment on YouTube as well to wet your whistle, so to speak. Quick question.
That's where that came from. Wet your whistle?
I don't.
Pint glasses used to have a little whistle on the handle, and when you're in the pub, the barmaid would come over and fucking tap it up.
There you go.
There you go.
If anyone's got access to Google, can you verify that for us in the comments below? And if not, do the standard YouTube comment approach and basically call Chris a cunt. Dan, would you take a draw right now?
No.
You want to win?
Yeah, you can't. I don't think anyone would truly say they'd take a draw against. I think you want to win against Liverpool.
Yeah, I would take a draw all day. I would love a win.
Says a lot about the difference in the teams at the minute.
Hey, listen, not in the slightest, because ultimately, like I say, you've got to come to Anfield and play us.
Yeah.
And you know, Ferguson loved the little draw at Anfield, doesn't he? You know, we've seen Mourinho do it. Did it to Moyes, didn't he? You know, just go and fucking go, make them stress out, get their fans all riled up, because you can turn that Old Trafford crowd, I think, a lot more easily these days. I'd take a draw. What about yourself?
No chance. I think it's weird. Liverpool, you know, we've had some things over the years. We've always been shit at teams that park the bus, for example. You know, that's always been the same. Whenever we've lost our best player, we've reacted well. I think that. I don't know what it is, but there's something.
I watched last season.
Good point well presented.
Like the whole of it.
Yeah, you're right. But, you know, completely disregarding that. And I am completely disregarding that state. When Coutinho is missing...
at the time when we sold our best player to Barcelona.
So I think that when...
Yeah, you talk about when we've lost Gerrard in the past and we've done this.
When we're talking about Coutinho being suspended, somebody will step up. Because you didn't ask me the question, it's Benteke for me anyway. And we go out there and we get a win. And we do it any fucking way we can.
Draw, Steve?
It's a weird question. I don't think I'd take a draw, but I think a draw is an alright result. Yeah. If that makes kind of sense. I think I
hope for more.
No, yeah, I think we go for more.
If we come away with a 0-0 draw from that game,
done all right.
Our fans, I feel, because it's at Old Trafford, will come away a lot happier with that. The same as Arsenal.
I think we need to score a goal this time. I think a 1-0 draw is better suited to us, because it's like another front. We still can't. That's 3 games we haven't scored in on the bounce.
A draw's a decent enough result, I think, but I think we're good enough to go and beat them. So I don't think I'd take it necessarily now. Yeah. But if that's how the cards fall or whatever, then that's
mine's based totally on that notion that if you those 7 away fixtures from hell that we talked about in the summer, and I said at the time, go and draw them all 0-0 or nick a couple 1-0s on the way, and I am perfectly fine with that. And in the context of the season, there are bigger points to be won. And they're the 3 points that you've got to win. You've got to win your 3 points out of the field.
I do agree with you, but we've lost 3 at West Ham that we should have put in the bank. So we need to get them back somewhere.
Get some goal difference up at Old Trafford.
That would be nice. I mean, that'd be a side bonus.
I'm sure when Brendan looks at the fixtures, he thinks Old Trafford's the place where you get
nice
goal
difference.
Goal difference, points ball.
Yeah. We also lost 3 there.
What?
We also lost 3 for
goal. At West Ham. Oh, I don't care about goal difference. I'm saying
goal difference is the most important thing.
Apart from the actual points.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I think we can. I think both sets of fans will think, yeah, we're a bit shit, but they're a bit shit. Let's go and see the less shitters.
That's the 4th place all over that, isn't it?
That's kind of who's the best of the shit teams.
Okay, just quickly, because you'll be doing your starting 11 and you'll be doing the formation stuff, but do we stick with the same? Because the tricky thing for Liverpool is that I think we should have, after the great performance we put against Arsenal and the formation works pretty much spot on, we shouldn't have stuck with that for West Ham. And there would be a feeling that we should fuck that off because it was so shit against West Ham. But we're playing away from home, we're playing against Man United. Do you go back? Do you stick with that formation?
Depends if Henderson's fit. Again, you know.
If he is fit? No?
I think we go back to what worked against Stoke. Two deep line midfielders with 3 in front of them and 1 up top there. You know, I don't think we've got 2 naturally wide players in our squad. I think Jordan Ives the only natural winger we've got in our squad anyway. I'd rather see sort of 3 people playing a little bit more.
Do we have the bodies for that at the minute?
I think so. Yeah, I think we can do. I think you could go back to either it be Chan or Milner or Lucas or Milner. Henderson move further forward with Firmino. And maybe then that type of thing, like. And then there's the case of whether Lallana's fit or not, isn't there?
I don't think it will.
No, he won't be fit for that, but yeah. Okay, sounds well. Like I say, this is going to be doing a lot more on starting 11s and stuff, and he'll be doing loads of stuff with Dan. There's going to be loads of crossover content with United People's TV as well. Obviously, it's shit because it's the United channel, but in terms of technical, you know, let's strip it away. Don't give it a subscribe, you know. And pray that basically it's the home of United fans losing their shit post-match, which is always a good watch on the old YouTube, isn't it? One question, it's more of a word, Steve. We've done a lot on this on the 1v1 show this week. Lovren.
Your best player. I saw this on the list, sorry. Easily, your best player.
Yeah, the one you're most
just absolutely amazing to see. I can't wait to see him play at Old Trafford.
He's going to score a header. You're going to lose one.
I just absolutely... Oh, he's just a joy to watch, isn't he? Sorry.
He's going to score a header.
He probably will now. And then this clip... Oh, I don't even...
I'll find this clip myself if he scores a header.
Just to paraphrase a bit of what Steve and I were discussing on the other subscribers this week, is that there's never been a better time to bomb Lovren out after that performance against West Ham, but you don't think he will.
I agree with that 100%. I was saying upstairs before, I actually don't hate Dejan Lovren. I hate the fact that he's a professional footballer for Liverpool.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh, but you can't hate him as a fucking individual. It's like people sending fucking death threats and all that shit. My God, honestly, get a life. You're fucking tweeting death threats to people. You've got bigger issues in your life than Dejan Lovren. I'm telling you this right now. Simple as like. And that's saying something, because Dejan Lovren is a big issue in my life.
I was about to say, I had to justify spending 50 quid on a ticket for West Ham. Was it good though? Did you enjoy it? No, I didn't.
It was the worst I've seen it Anfield for 15 years.
And what happened? Well, we had this lad at the fence, and he fell over. And then, to make up for it, he went to the halfway line and thought he was Zidane, and then fell over again. And then what did he do? Oh, did he get subbed off? No, he stayed on. He was there at the end. And he had a shot. It was right to the goalie. Yeah. He's you know what? I really hope he turns around, because I want him to win. I want him to be good. I just think he's really not good at football. And it's a massive issue when your job is like... That's your job. You're meant to be good at football and you're not very good. Yeah. So... Yeah,
if you were a surgeon and you made those kind of mistakes...
Oh, what happened there? Oh, slipped.
People died.
I slipped. Well, he's dead.
Try again.
Put me in next week.
Watch this cool scalpel move. I can fucking do a step over with my scalpels.
Yeah, he's doing that fucking Charlie Chaplin thing with the fucking forks and the fucking bread rolls, but with scalpels in someone's stomach.
He's having an operation on 2 knees, and I fucked that one up. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this one blindfolded to make up for it. Fuck off! Get out! Yeah. We've got a French doctor on the sideline gagging to get in. He's qualified. Yeah. Knee surgeon.
He's a little bit. His scalpel holding's a little bit shaky at times. Yeah. He looks a little bit ungainly.
But he captained the surgeon's 11 in the knee surgery. Get him in.
Yeah. I think we played this analogy out, but that's fine. Steve and I did a very, very long discussion on that. You can check that out on the 1v1 show on the Redmen TV this week. Just the gist of it, obviously.
Shit, what's the gist of it?
That's the gist. But
we need to make them watch this.
The good point... No, the discussion was fucking... The discussion
was excellent.
But the general gist is that, and it was what you were talking about before, about building credit up in the bank, is that Jamie Carragher used to make some hideous mistakes as a footballer. Hideous mistakes. But you always knew he was going to be in next week. You weren't asked, because everyone makes mistakes. And Lovren, if he was a new signing this season, based on the first 3 games of the season, and then that one mistake, he'd be like, now he starts again next week, because look, we kept 3 clean sheets prior to that. It was just some moment of madness, some But because we've seen a full season, he's got no credit in the bank. So there's a perfectly reasonable case for him to get bombed out big. Absolutely, he's in debt. But obviously, to get a much more in-depth discussion, we haven't got time for here. We're going to check that out on the 1v1 show on the redmentv.com. Anyway, some score predictions. Dan.
Be careful, lads. Want to leave this place live. I'm going to go for United 2, Liverpool 0, 2-0.
Stay.
Cunt.
It's not a score prediction.
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, why not?
I genuinely believe that Dan's a cunt.
There it is!
And that we're going to win 1-0.
Cool. Yeah, that's what you know. What I want the scoreline to be 4-1 to us, but as I said at the top of the show, what I want from this game, and it's actually probably, I think I said this before the last one as well, so unlucky me. I want this to be horrible. I want us to part the bus. I want us to be gnarly as fuck. I want it to be fucking horrible. I want it to be all fucking hands to the pumps, fucking clearing shit left, right and centre, and then score a fucking mad counter-attack goal from someone mad who doesn't normally fucking score, whatever, and to win a really stiggy, horrible, but utterly glorious 1-0 to us. That'd be fucking magic. Let us know your score predictions in the comments section underneath. Do you think Liverpool stick with the same formation?
Do you think Dan's a cunt?
Go over to United People's TV as well on YouTube.
Call the
I'll take
cunts on
there.
that.
By all means.
What's his Twitter?
We're doing
Oh God.
We're doing some collab content ahead of the game as well. So I'll be doing my combined Liverpool Man United 11, which is going to be over on their channel, so you can go and check that out, and they'll be doing some stuff over on ours. It's going to be good. Get you plenty fired up for the game, as if it was even remotely necessary. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, all that malarkey. Go and watch the full shows on the redmentv.com and all that shit as well. Really wanted to wrap this up about 30 seconds ago. Thanks for watching. Ta-da.
Christian Benteke, when we can get him back, slots in up top there and gets onto Davy Blind. So we've got Firmino, we've got Benteke, we've got Ings, and we've got Moreno. A couple of reasons that I think that we might well go back to this.